Yeah, I do believe that is going to work. The downside is now I can't see the chat. Well, actually I can see the chat. So I think we're good. But I got an error showing up, so let me find my mouse so I can look at that. I don't know what the error is, but it is an error. Hey, how you doing, Philippe? Oh my God. I'm having a moment. Click to read your unread notifications. I don't know why I decided to try this today. Okay, so I dropped frames and skipped frames. Okay, well, how does the stream look on your end, bud? Audio good and all that? I'm going to scroll down so I can see. Okay, audio looks like it's okay. Video looks like it's okay. All right, I think we're good. All right. Oh yeah, let's move on over here to this place of wonder. Oh gosh, I keep getting all these error messages. No, thank you. Yeah, this was probably a poor choice. Oh, Fernando. Yeah, I told you I'm horrible with names. At least I got the F part right. Yeesh. Oh, and I did try something new too, by the way, which I'll post in the chat so everybody else can see it. See if I can do it. Bloop. Yes, I can. That's because I'm the admin. So that takes you to a link, and it gives you a couple options. One, you can do like a bit mining thing for me to help me with the channel, and you can also donate. So, Fernando, you know, I don't know how I could forget that because I got Walter to do that shout out on you the other day. You know, like the wrestling thing. I thought that was pretty funny. Well, that's what we're gonna find out. I did something I'll share in just a minute. As you can see, this is the new stepper driver. I need to grab my other one because I want to make sure I get the pins lined up right. I don't know if it matters. It probably does. So let's see. So this orientation, well, let's find out. This has you know, you'd think that they would all right, so I need all right, so now you can't really, I don't know if you can see this on this or not. Yeah, Walter is pretty awesome. This is the standard stepper driver that comes with the FT5. This is the aftermarket one. This is the correct orientation. You can actually see the words on there. And if you flip this over, there's the same, you can see like the pin lineup on the back, and it tells you which ones are which. Now, it's going to be backwards. So whatever bottom row is here is going to be the top row when I flip this over. And that's how I know this is the correct orientation. So this is the correct orientation. So what I need to do, good grief, I got the camera tightened a little too much. So it's just me and you tonight, Fernando. Now, did you get a notification from YouTube or did you get it from Twitter? I'm just curious because I've had some complaints lately saying that they're not getting notified when I'm live, which is kind of an odd problem to have, I guess. But, all right. So, as you can see, I'm just going to pop that right in there. So now we've got it in there. So let's see if we power this on and if it blows up or not. Okay, power. All right, so power is coming on. Nothing popped, nothing banged. I gotta move my fan back down. This is my my cooling rig right there. I gotta do something about it. I got the cover that goes on the back of this, but because it's broken so many times, I haven't bothered to put it on yet. But I am gonna cut a notch in it and mount it. So I'll probably 3D print a bracket for it, maybe something like that. So that's the TMC. Oh my God, 21 something or other. Hold on, I just read that on the channel. Hold on a sec, but I was having some glitches, so I got distracted. It is the exact verbiage that I was reading is the description, but yet it's a TMC 2100 is what it reads as. And that is the MKS TMC 2100 step stick. So hopefully it is going to work. But there is no there's no like attenuator or whatever you call that. There's no pot on this one that you can adjust. So, but, and of course, what I was storing it in, because you know, I keep the mug really safe, so it makes sense that I would keep everything else safe that was in it. So, all right, I'm gonna bring this up. And I gotta turn this because it is not in the correct orientation right now. And I gotta unload my tools. All right, bed leveling clips. I didn't mean that. It's bed securing clips. Oh my God. Let's see if we can do this. It got awfully tight in here really fast as soon as I introduced the CR10S into the mix. I also keep forgetting to bring my power strip and power strip and UPS. But since I've only been using the CR10S lately for testing purposes, it really hasn't mattered too awful much. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna take the glass plate. Actually, you know what? I don't need to take the glass plate off. I'll leave. Ooh, yeah, maybe I do. Yeah, it's a little bit too high. I'll have to adjust that. So I'm going to have to actually adjust the limit switch. But for all intents and purposes, I think this will be good enough for testing. So we're going to go to prepare, and we're going to auto home, and make sure that you have a good view. So I'll get you back over here so you can see if you can see that. Well, oh my God. You know what? We'll do this like a selfie stick. I'm going to hold it, and then I'm going to run it, and you can see what you think. All right. Well, that's not good. Why did you do that? Ooh, okay, something is amiss. I have never seen it do that before. Well, that is funny. Hello, Justin3D, how you doing? Playing with my FT5 and it just did something I've never seen it do. It just messed up my homing. So I don't know exactly what caused that. Okay, so that's on the Y. Oh, you know what? I wonder if I have to change the firmware now that I've put on the 2100. I mean, I wouldn't think so because... Oh, you know what? I bet you I do. I bet you it may have different steps in the 2100. Oh, that's really going to stink. Okay, so I may have to do some research onto that one, because there is absolutely no way for me to do the Marlin on this right now. Okay, so yeah, cool. That was a really quick way to just get going with that. Okay, so I'm gonna have to look into that and figure out what's going on. All right, I'm gonna turn that off. And I'm going to put the build plate back on because I have other things I can do. Thankfully. Okay, so... Yes, so I'm going to have to do that as well. I've never done it before, actually, on the FT5, so this will be the first time for me. Yeah, but I'm going to show you something that I did. I was having some binding on the pillow blocks, the bearings on the rails. And what was going on is that they were driving and then they would stop for just a second and then it would continue and then it would hit just again and then it would hit again. So this has been an ongoing struggle trying to find something that would stop it from doing that. And I have tried every manner of like grease, lubricant, and short of like something NASA would come out with, I guess. And I came, one of the guys that's here in the building that my lab's in brought in this. If you can see that. It's called Super Lube, which it is a synthetic grease. It has PTFE in it, and it has a multi-purpose lubricant. And it says not to get it in your eyes, so don't get this in your eyes. I use that to kind of coat the top of the rail, and then kind of force feed the bearings, so to speak, to try and pack the bearings as much as I could to kind of get them to free up. I wasn't sure if it was a blemish on the linear rails itself or if it was a blemish or like a flat spot on the bearings. But regardless, what was happening was that as the machine was driving, it was fine initially because it didn't always do it. It was kind of a hit or miss, intermittent problem. But as the prints got longer and longer, the parts would drift. So I was compensating for that by driving up the voltage a little bit at a time. I mean, I was running at 1.6 volts because it's a dual stepper motor system. It's not the R2, this is the R1. So yes, it is actually, that is. And I did look into that as well. It's just, so, but I wanted to try the lubricant. And that, the Super Lube made a ridiculous difference. I mean, in the amount of resistance there was. And I will try that too if I continue to have problems, but I really hope not to because I don't want to blow out a $20 stepper driver. The other product that I got just for the linear rails, again, provided by some friends here. It's called Slide. It's a super grease. It's food approved lubricant and it contains no silicone. And it's pretty cool. I mean, it works really well. So it did slick up things a bit. So, but anyway, that's those two items that I did for the FT5. Oh yeah, no, I can imagine. Oh, so since we're not overly busy today, I can I can tell you a little secret if you want to hear it. I am looking, well, not looking at. I've already started designing a 3D printer, and I'm trying to iron out the kinks because it's kind of based on trying to remember his name. I'd have to look it up. I could look it up real quick. Oh, we're doing kind of a social hangout, I guess. Oh my God, what's going on now? Am I skipping packets? Is my stream slow? Skip frame. Oh yeah. I don't know why it's doing this. Is it hitching on your guys' end? Because if it continues to do this, I'm not going to use the Streamlabs OBS on this machine anymore. I really wanted to try it because it gives me the option to, like, you know, do the like, oh, here, I'll show you. So I could do like the this thing, because I think that's just awesome. I just subscribed to my channel, and I could do this one. So anyway, that's just fun. Anyway, I just wanted to mess around with Streamlabs and see what it was, you know, how well it worked, because honestly I've never really done anything like that. And you know, I mean, I've had people ask if they could contribute money in the past, and I was like, well, I guess I should get around to doing something to do that. So that's what I did. I don't know what these other things do. There's a spin wheel and roll credits and some other random gizmos, and so anyway, I'm glad the stream's good. So that's really all that matters to me right now. Let me pull up the a better window so I see. It doesn't look overly awesome. So I'm definitely at the lower end of my bandwidth here, so. But, okay, anyway, back to the topic. So as I said, I was gonna talk about the FT5, so we did that. Yeah, I am messing around with Streamlabs. I am kind of working on a 3D printer. I've been working on trying to design a 3D printer for a couple years now, because initially in 2016, when I bought my first 3D printer, which was the ANET A8, I didn't have a lot of money. So I was like, oh, I need to get a 3D printer. And I was like, well, why don't I build one? And of course, I didn't know anything about 3D printers back then, and I know slightly more than I did back then now. And I have the ANET A8, and I was going to upgrade it to an AM8. But then I got to talking with somebody, and we kind of came up with a joke, which is the why don't I make a house printer? And the idea would be if I needed to do like just random jobs or specific jobs, that I could be like, oh, you know, I'll just run it on the house printer, you know, or I'll print it in house. So it's kind of a gag printer, really. But it's also a functional printer that's going to be doing fairly large prints. It's going to have a magnetic mounted hot end, because I need to have kind of quick connectors on it. I do want to do probably a Bowden style. I like the direct drives, but I think the Bowden's going to work better for what I have in mind. I'm also looking to try and get a pellet fed system, because it's going to be such a massive printer. I mean, it's not the biggest printer in the world. It's certainly not going to hit Guinness, you know, but it's, you know, the idea was that I could actually do some of there's like mandolins and single body, violin single body, Maybe like an electric guitar, single body, so I could do some of the custom work that's local. It's only like, it would only be like, I think its max height would be less than 300 millimeters. You know, the width and length would be much bigger than that, but it's like, I think it was 400 by 1200. So, you know, it's something that I'm working on. The other project that I'm working on, so if anybody wants to, you know, help me with that idea, I can certainly show you what I'm talking about doing. The other thing that I'm working on is the InMoov. I've got the starter finger all printed. I've also got a majority of the right hand printed. I needed to come up with a mock-up or demo piece that would help people understand kind of where I'm going. It was cool seeing the folks over with Enable over at Earth this year. I didn't actually realize that the InMoov robot was kind of stemmed from Enable, so I guess I'm a little behind the times on that. But yeah, the quality on the CR10S has not taken me, or it's taken me completely by surprise, to be honest. This is one of the parts that I have done on this, on the CR10S. And after Paul helped me get this thing dialed in just a little bit, and I switched to Fusion 360, I can't even tell you a time when out of all the other printers that I have, that I got quality prints like this. And I mean, it's just ridiculous, the layer quality on this thing. I mean, I could do a little bit of work on it to get it just a little bit better, but honestly, I mean, it's just, these layers are gorgeous. So yeah, the InMoov is really, it's a really cool project, and I don't know that I have the technical aptitude or competency to really do it, but I'm trying. And I already had the Arduino Uno, so that was one step behind, or one step ahead. Usually I'm like 2 steps behind. These are some of the finger joints that printed out. Also, any like tips and gratuities I get are going to go towards a new camera, just so you know. Possibly a new computer, that would be cool too. So I can actually do proper stuff on live stream. But yeah, I mean, the pieces themselves, you have to glue these together. So let me kind of show you. This is one of the finger joints, like this. So when you glue it together, I actually had intended to bring the glue with me today, and I forgot, because I am completely absent-minded when it comes to doing stuff like that, apparently. I've got a bunch of the pieces right here as well. And I mean, you could just see, like, that's a honking piece right there. I mean, it's very solid. I mean, it's PLA, and I don't think they recommend you printing the InMoov robot in PLA, but I haven't seen anybody say you can't do it, so that's why I'm doing it. So right there, if you look in there, yeah, okay, you can't really see that, I don't think. Well, you can see just a little bit of the overhang in there. I don't know, maybe not. But the overhangs on the CR10S have been surprisingly marginal. I had a piece the other day. Well, actually, the TARDIS. I don't know if I showed you the TARDIS or not, but in the TARDIS, it is 100% overhang on the inside of that. You know, and you can't. There was no supports printed with this, and I mean, it printed across that, and you can't. There's, like I said, there's really no drooping in there. I mean, if there is, it's so small that I can't really see it. I mean, I can see like the lines, but I mean, I was talking to a friend of mine, and he's like, the $20,000 3D printer they have can't do this. So, and that's one of the Stratsys printers. But yeah, at least not without support. And so this was completely printed without supports, and the definition is quite remarkable. So I have not been at all disappointed with the CR10S thus far. And I don't know how many hours I have on it right now, but I know that I've got almost a week, I think, on it right now. So, but what I'll do is come over here into my messy area. Uh-oh, I'm snagged. There we go. These are the parts to the InMoov robot that I've got so far. You can ask me all you want which parts these are. I couldn't tell you because there's a diagram for all these. There's also on the starter finger, you know, it's got the pulleys that attach to a stepper motor. They do recommend using a 6-volt stepper motor, I believe. But yeah, these are the primary, or what I call the primary fingers for the hand. So this is the right hand that I'm printing, or that I did print. Obviously I didn't print the skins, and there's several other parts that I did not print as well. So it's going to be interesting because I think I might have mixed up some of these a little bit. But got the little fingertips, which is kind of creepy because I didn't realize it did this, but they actually have kind of like fingernails on them. I was like, oh, that's creepy. Maybe I'll have my daughter on the channel. She can paint the nails. But yeah, they do have fingernails on them. That's only 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 4 fingers. So I'm guessing this other one must be separate. So I don't know, because I have not gone through the full tutorial of the InMoov project yet. So, all right. So I'm going to bring you back over here again, because, you know, I like to move the camera around because it's just fun. Let's see. So I've got this little guy down here that I got to do some work on. This is Jenny. I say guy, I guess I should call it a girl, huh? And Jenny is going to require a little bit of love. Ugh. The question is, how do I want to do this? I should probably do it on the table. I mean, I guess I could do it in my lap too. Then getting over to the shoulder view. Hello, sir. How are you today? Yeah, I think putting this up on the table is going to be the easiest option. So let's do that. I got to print another spool holder for this thing too. But if anybody knows where I can find one, I need a Simplify 3D profile for an Ultimaker 2. I haven't found one yet. It's either that or I got to figure out how to make one, which I guess I could do too. But I am not all that savvy with Fusion 360. I'm learning it, but so far I am doing the it works, don't mess with it method of using the Fusion 360. So, and I figure if it works, it works. So let's get the super lube and everything out of the way. Oh. Before I forget, the Magigoo has now officially done 4 jobs and is still holding strong. So I don't know if that's a surprising thing or not, but it is. And I tested it the other day just to make sure by doing a test pull on the printer because I wanted to see if it would release or not while it was heated up. And you know, it did not. It was stuck on there like glue. So Magic Goo has done more than 4 jobs and is still kicking. All right. So what we're doing is kicking the camera first, because I have to do that at least once every stream. And the plan today is to put the correct Capricorn on. I need the long one, not the short one. That's 2 meters. That's 1 meter. So we're going to put the XS on here, and I will save the TL for our favorite CR10S printer. And it is a very good to see you. Oh, there we go. Capricorn for the win. Oh, you know what I need is the, I wonder if that'll fit on there. You think Capricorn will fit on that? What do you think? I'm gonna bring you down here. Should I put the should I put the Capricorn sticker there? Or should I put it right here on top in the middle? Because I'm gonna put it on right now. Well, actually, you know what? No, I'm gonna do it after I do the tubing, because that would be just premature. Okay, so for anybody that has not seen the Jenny before, this is Jenny. Say hi, Jenny. And Jenny is a Z360 Ultimaker 2 clone, which means that it's not the real thing, but it tries to be. And I can't use the country sticker yet because I need to put that on something. Because yes, I have Walter's sticker in here too. Alright, so we got a tubing cutter. I will not stick my finger in it. Well, okay, I would stick my finger in it. No, I wouldn't. Sorry. Even if you tip me, I will not put my finger in that. That's just silliness. Alright, I need a bigger tripod. Maybe I'll print one of the Joel Telling tripod extenderamas. I can't remember what he called them. Okay. Get rid of some of that. What is that attached to? Oh. It's a filament in there. It's in here. Okay, so the issue, the reason I wanted to get the Capricorn is because, as you can see, I don't know if you can tell or not, there is some, I've flipped this over once before to try and get it nice, and I've already cut this back a couple of times. But what's happening is this end is not getting down properly anymore because it's deformed and warped. This is the second piece of tubing that I have had on this machine, and it is not functioning. So as you can see, this is the, one of these is the new stuff. I think this is, yeah, this is new stuff. And yeah, it did not work well, unfortunately. This was the, I think it was $10 for like, I don't know how many meters of it on Amazon. So you get what you pay for, so you gotta be really careful with that. So keep that in mind. This is a borosilicate glass plate that I'm temporarily using on this because I ordered the wrong size. This is incorrect, and I lose about almost 2 inches of build space with this thing. So, but I still needed I needed to be able to print on this printer when I was doing it. So it worked. The downside is obviously I can't use PETG on this because it's borosilicate glass. So that is something else that I have to replace, and I'm not sure if a stock Ultimaker build plate will work on this or not. I imagine it probably would, but. So anyway, welcome to the world of Olson. My Olsen block is in horrible shape right now. I am contemplating whether or not I should heat this up first before I do this, or just say to hell with it and do it anyway. I'm gonna do it anyway because I'm impatient, but I gotta find my tools, which I've put somewhere and I have no idea where. Go figure. This is what happens. My lab space is like a pig pen right now. Oh look, I found them. I am such a messy person. PETG would be, it bonds to borosilicate glass, as I've discovered the hard way on the InStone 3D printer. That also has borosilicate glass. Well, did. Now it's got tempered glass, and it doesn't work right now, so it doesn't really matter. So, but yes, it actually took chunks of the borosilicate glass off the build plate when I was printing the PETG. I didn't realize it had done it until I looked at it one day when I was putting the, it just looked funny, and I thought it was the, what did I think? I thought it was something. What did I think it was? Oh yeah, I thought it was glue, like deformed glue or something to that effect. And it turned out that it was actually just missing chunks, because I had done a batch run of like, I think 8 parts on the build plate, because they were just, it was a small job. And yeah, it destroyed my build plate, and there was no printing around it. I did look it up though, and it did show that. Now I am curious though, because the 3D gloop that was at EARTH this year, if that stuff works as well as they say it will, that may actually create a new opportunity to print PETG on that. Yeah, I used a glue stick, but I think that I didn't have sufficient coverage on it, and I think that's probably what caused it. Either that, or I was using the glue wash, like the white glue, and what is it, white glue and water mix that they included with the InStone, and for whatever reason it yeah, like I said, it just didn't go well. So I haven't repeated that since, because I really can't afford to keep buying new build plates, because they're expensive. Okay, so can you see this? Do you want to see this? Have you ever seen an Olsen block, for starters? Because the Olsen block is significantly different than an effector or direct drive extruder or a Bowden. Well, it's kind of similar to a Bowden in some ways. This is what the Ultimaker 2 clone Olsen block looks like. So it's like, you can see where the heat break is right just above that nozzle. Well, sort of. Then of course you've got where the heat cartridge and the thermistor go into the back of that, and then the heat break is above that, and then it's kind of another sort of like a heat break, but this is like an aluminum block that you can take apart, which I'm going to have to do here in a second. And then it's got kind of, I think these are PTFE, and the problem, concerned about the health risks of glue. Yes, actually. It's very similar to, like, it's got a very similar smell to rubber cement. It's funny you should say that too, because when I did that video, the interview, and I posted the video on YouTube, they asked me, they sent me a message and said, hey, could you include that you should be using this in a ventilated area because it has solvents or something to that effect in it. So they wanted to ensure that I did that. So yes, it's definitely, think of it like when you do the, what is it, CA glue. If you're using an accelerant on CA glue, you should not be breathing that in either. So it really kind of depends on what you're interested in doing for adhesion. Most of the stuff that I would do, like if I was doing R2-D2's dome, then it would certainly be done like, you know, outdoors on a nice day or somewhere where there's, you know, definitely some airflow. But yeah, so always be conscious of what's going on. Oh man. Sorry, I'm trying to do this the most minimalistic way I can, and I think I can do it like that. Unless I can get to it. I don't think I can. 'Cause that is pretty far in there. You know, I just might have to heat this thing up. I just might. I might. I don't know yet. I haven't decided. I'm still on the fence. Trying not to block like this over, you know, your view too awful much, but the only way I could avoid that is if I like stick the camera above me, which I could try doing as well, I suppose. Ugh, this is such a pain sometimes. Always remember, don't lose your screws. I have a screw loose most of the time. Oh yeah. There we go. All right. This is not the usual way to do this, just so you know, but oh, crud, something fell. What fell? Oh, okay. Nothing important fell. That's all that matters. It's one of the dish screws for the other piece. The heat shield that, well, the whatever you call this, that holds the fans in place. It, again, really? So what I want is this. I'm going to have to probably loosen that up. It's never simple, is it? It's always got to be complicated. Why do you got to be complicated? Come on. Gotta loosen up the collar a little bit. This part really shouldn't have any filament on it. It's really not that complicated. Everything I do looks complicated because I'm pretty sure I don't do anything the right way. But it's fun to hang out with people and do things the wrong way, because then you're like, oh yeah, don't do that. Don't ever do it like that, because if you do it like that, you're gonna be like Clyde, and then everybody's gonna poke fun at you. Well, actually, you know, nobody's ever poked fun at me for doing things wrong. I think it's just more entertaining. I haven't blown anything up in a while. Although, I say that, so knock on fake wood. Oh, man, this thing turns forever. It's kind of cool, though, because it's got these little grooves or little dimples on this thing. So you can actually remove it. And I'm going to cheat. So I'm only using one nozzle right now, and this one has seen months and months and months of use. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this one out. Oh man. Well, there's my problem. Shazbot. Much Shazbot-age going on here. I should get some of that that lubricant stuff that you can put on these. Oh my god, that's not cool. That's not cool at all. So I'm gonna have to do something a little bit different. Okay, hold on. Learn from the mistakes of others, because you will never live long enough to make them all yourself. That is true. That's very true. I like that. Who actually said that? Because you put that in quotation marks. I've heard it before, but... Oh. All right, we're going to hang the fan up here. Oh, come on. Just get up there. Oh, yeah, that's better. We have to clear the way because I have to do something that I really hate doing, which is, number one, grabbing an extension cord. No, I don't hate doing that, but unfortunately, I don't have enough outlets that are close to me right now. And then, after I get the extension cord, I have to find the power brick. Because the power brick I put down somewhere, and I gotta figure out where I put it. Oh, I think I found it. Okay, so the power brick is over here, where we were earlier. All right, come here. Okay, power brick has been retrieved. Unknown, I have been using it for years. I have been hearing it for years. But I could say that you came up with it. I'm okay with that. Oh, okay, so there's two things that can happen when I do this. One is that I'm going to get what I call the Jenny version of a blue screen of death. Okay, the blue screen of death is that. I have the blue screen of death, so I can actually show it to you. That is the blue screen of death. So I got to turn it off. All right. Blue screen of death is caused because I have a wire that is doing something it shouldn't be doing right now, unfortunately. And I really need to separate this hot end from the rest of the group. Oh, okay, that might work. And we still have the blue screen of death. Yes, we do. So what is... Okay, it must be this. One of these, if it doesn't get a signal, it gets very angry. And you can tell when it has the blue screen of death because when I hit the power switch, the lights that are in here don't turn on. So usually what happens when this, or usually what's going on when this occurs is there's a spot in the wiring that grounds. So I don't know how to describe this, but I need to put something in between these two things. Oh, here we go. This can't be a bad idea, right? Putting a piece of styrofoam in between something metal. I don't need a lot of heat for this. I just need enough heat to free up this part. So I gotta try and, let's see if this works first. Nope. It is not working. The fan is working, but something is grounding. But I don't know what. Alright, where's the, come here. Yeah, you right there. Let's try it now. Ooh, that looks like it's chunded. Yeah, that was it. And I can't heat this thing up like this because bad things will happen. Nope. And I just caused the error again. Well, sometimes you just gotta do things the way you don't want to do them. All right. So we're gonna do this the other way because this is not gonna work. I need to get myself like a little bench so I can actually plug these things and heat them up. It's kind of what I want to do on the printer that I'm designing. Is it's got a little workbench because I want to do the magnetic hot ends on it. And if I do the magnetic hot ends, then I can hot swap the to the other nozzles that I want to use. I will say that getting these off, these Olsen blocks, is ridiculously simple. I mean, it's just like one screw that holds the thermistor and the heat cartridge on. The only thing is, you gotta, when you're doing this, you gotta remember not to mix the wires up. Because if you do that, life stinks. Well, sort of. It's not, it doesn't stink horribly, but it stinks enough. But I do like these heat cartridges. They're completely encased in metal. Alright, so I'm going to hold this. Okay, I need somebody's finger. Come here. Somebody help me with this. Alright. Now, I've got that screwed in. But now I have to take this part off, which you can't see. What just occurred? Hey, how you doing, Skew? I'm calling you Skewed because I always forget. I forgot your first name already. Watching Matt 2. Oh, I did not know. Yeah, I just opted to stream because I was going to be doing some basic, just a couple of maintenance projects to get these printers going, in which I failed epically on the FT5. Because I have to go through Marlin and figure out how to change the steps. So I think Mr. Dustin is going to be getting a message from me to ask him if he has a quick workaround on that. Because I've never done it. Yeah, I've seen the name. I've seen your name like 1,000,001 times, but that doesn't mean I'm going to remember it. Oh man, this has got crap in it too. Arrgh. Okay, this is problematic officially now. Man, you kind of telling me 2 projects in one day that I have epic failed on. I mean, I'm good at failing at projects, but holy cow, man, 2 in one day? I need to get a heat gun, so I'm gonna have to do this tomorrow. Because there is no way for me. Oh, you know what? I'll keep that one secondary nozzle off. Yeah, there's absolutely no way I can heat this up with it disassembled the way that ground does. Good. Yeah, so I'm trying Streamlabs, for anybody that did not hear me say that the first time. This is the Streamlabs OBS edition, and Matt, how are you, buddy? And I haven't had anybody contribute yet, and I'm not telling anybody to do that. I'm just saying, so I haven't seen it live test, but I can show you the demo if you want to see the demo, since I epically failed to be able to fix this tonight. I'm gonna chew on it for a couple minutes before I kill the stream because I wanna make sure I don't think of something else, which I may. I've got a couple ideas brewing in my head right now. So yeah, you guys are right there. Look, I can see you. Oh, I almost canceled the stream. That was horrible. So yes, I did the test widget. Which one? I didn't do this one yet. Oh yeah, I did do that one. So yeah, I've got these. So this is what the OBS Streamlabs does. And I don't see the chat showing up in there. Huh. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, so this is, I don't know if you guys have ever seen this or not. Yeah, I know the feeling about lagging out. I do that often. Let me show you this real quick. I don't know if you can see that, really. But this is, raw. This is the Streamlabs OBS. So it allows you to like do a bunch of different things. Like, I don't know what this is. Spin wheel. I mean, I can't tell if it's doing anything or not. So I don't know. It might be doing something, but I don't think it is. But yeah, it's got like different things. You can see like recent events. So like it tells me how long ago, you know, people subscribed to the channel. I thank you all for subscribing to the channel, even with my horribly boring content. But I really enjoy it because I can put you to sleep. This is the editor view. I'm gonna have to change the life on the chats. Maybe, I don't know if you guys. I mean, when I do the live streams, the chat gets recorded anyway, so I don't know that it's necessary to like have it here. But I don't know. You tell me what you think. So, yeah. Oh, I'm using tons of my CPU right now. But I'm at 30 frames per second. I've got a ridiculous amount of dropped frames over the time that I've been doing this. But I think that's because of my CPU usage, because this really doesn't have much of a video card. So I think using the camera here, I think that is really taxing the camera. This is just an HP laptop. It's a HP 15. You know, Walmart special. Got it for a really good price though, so I needed it, and it's better than my Acer that I have over there. That's my my computer, my mini computer, and it's ancient. So I needed something that was going to be able to push, you know, push the live streams. Yeah, right. Me either. I'd like to know a lot more about a lot of things, but I just, you know, I try to learn a little bit every day. Try to learn something new every day. But, you know, I mean, there's only so much I can absorb. I mean, I'm trying to do my own startup business right now, and one of the things I'm doing is developing a filament. So, and of course the house printer project, which is fun, which I gotta start buying stuff for probably next week. I got a couple of paid jobs that I've got coming up that I can either dedicate towards the new printer using the ANET A8 parts, or I can use them to go towards the new, like another CR10S, which I'm also thinking about doing. Oh, and how does the sound quality compared to the camera? You know, with the lavalier mic. Is it better, richer, deeper, nicer? Does it actually make my voice tolerable? Oh, I need to find... Using YouTube for advertising, get our names out as well, trying to build a 3D business. Yeah, exactly, dude. I mean, I could have like copy and pasted that statement. I want to have something like a legacy for my children. You know, I've got 2 kids. Both of them are interested in the 3D printing stuff to a degree, but you know, it's like they're young, you know, 6 and 8. So there's still time for them. You know, I always wanted to, you know, I didn't set out in life to, you know, be successful at any one thing, but I finally found something that I'm passionate about, which is, you know, 3D printing. And I'm not an expert at it. You know, I mean, I muddle through, I think, like a majority of people that, you know, do this for a hobby. You know, I'm not I'm not a Joel Telling or, you know, Angus, you know, or Joe. You know, I mean, those guys are, they got their stuff nailed down. You know, and it's like, that's not me. You know, I want to do this. I want to help people as much as I can. You know, and that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to partner with some people to do the, you know, like some of the enable projects. I want to work with some of the veterans, being one. You know, it's kind of it holds a special place, you know, in my heart for vets. I see a lot of them with like subpar. Did I just lose video? What in the heck just happened? I just lost video. Hold on a sec. Come back. Come back. All right, hold on. I'm going to deactivate video and activate video. Well, this is certainly something new. I think I managed to break something. Look, we'll do an entire stream with no video. All right, hold on. It's always got to be something, doesn't it? Yay, okay. I got video back. That's weird. So yeah, anyway, I mean, I'm like everybody else. It's like, you know, I want to be able to take my kids to Disney. I want to be able to do, you know, road trips. I want to go to IRF and Murph and Banff and, you know, I mean, that's what I want to do. I want to go to trade shows and showcase, you know, a new product, you know, show people what I've done. You know, it's like, God, I mean, I'm like 40 something years old and I don't feel like I've really accomplished anything, you know, noteworthy other than my children. So yeah, you too, buddy. Thanks for showing up. That was nice of you. I appreciate that. Oh, I think I'm probably going to wrap here in a minute anyway, because honestly, it's like what I need to do to that's going to take time. So, I mean, if anybody wants me to stick around and do that, I can certainly do it. It's very, very off-putting, though. Or not off-putting. Disappointing. At least I figured out what the problem was. So that's good. Yeah, I wish I could say that. But, I mean, that drive was epic misery on a new level. My knees still hurt. Thanks, bud. I think thanks, Shom. Sorry. Yeah, I think my knees hurt for probably a good couple weeks. So, all right. Well, honestly, it wasn't a bad boot for the first time using Streamlabs OBS. I mean, I'm certain it could have gone better, but other than me bumping the camera or something, I don't know what I did, but disconnected the camera like that. Well, anyway, I apologize that, well, no, I don't actually. This is how most of my streams go. Things either work or they don't. And right now I've got two things that are not working because of two different reasons. So I'm going to continue working on that. Like I said, I'll probably have to get a heat gun. So I probably won't be able to do that until Monday, because I'm going to have to clear out the heat break, which is, as you can see, it's right here. The reason I was just sighing and being annoyed is because this is what the inside of my heat break looks like. There shouldn't be filament in there. That's a bad thing. So, and I don't have long enough leads to heat these up sufficiently without using the actual printer, because these are, like I said, these are Olsen blocks, and the cartridges are pretty specific. I mean, if I could cram a regular cartridge and thermistor in there, I would. I'm still trying to figure out how I can bypass the existing system to actually get it, because these are kind of all-inclusive units. They pretty much have to be like attached to something. And the problem is I need to get into this here to do a really good cold pull. The this part here, which is where the PTFE comes in, if you don't, let me show you real quick what my problem is. Why don't you come here for a minute? I will demonstrate what is going on with this. Okay, so PTFE, or the white stuff, which I can't reach because the camera's in the way. This is the Capricorn. Okay. What's supposed to happen on this is that the PTFE tubing goes in here and comes out. Okay. And when it comes out, it goes into this block. And then once it's in this block, it goes down to about to meet up with where the nozzle is. And I'm sorry if the video is horrible, but what's going on is that over time, filament has built up and it has pushed the PTFE tube out. And as a result of poor maintenance on my part and not checking, it is built up to the point where I'm getting inconsistent extrusion, because it just literally cannot push any filament through this. And I mean, it can, but the problem is that the filament, it's just, yeah. So anyway, you could kind of see where the issue is. So I'm trying to think of a way to heat this thing up oh, I don't know. Let's see. All right, so this is the problem. I mean, I might be able to do... All right, we'll try it. I mean, I really don't know if it's going to work or not, but I will give it my best shot, and we'll try to do it. So this is nozzle 1. Nozzle 2 is white. Where's my pencil? So, you know what? I got a Sharpie in here somewhere. Oh, there it is. I have to label nozzle 1 in case I... Okay, so this one's 1. So I'm going to put a single mark on this one. And then on this one, I'm going to put a double hash mark to signify that this is nozzle 2. The reason I'm doing that is because if you get these confused, and that's not going to work too well, then, well, life gets interesting. I've actually done that once, and it's not fun. So don't mix up your nozzles. Keep them in the right place, and they'll love you. There is a specific way to reassemble this. If you look on the back here, you see that there's a little tiny cutout, like right here. That needs to go in the back. And when you slide it up, you gotta line these bolts up. You know, I thought I had some tape in here. Oh, I do. That's right. I have that stuff that came with the CR10S. So I can kind of... Oops. I'm going to make this a 10-hour stream, I think. There we go. All right, so we'll put that up here like this. I'm gonna grab the tape. Oh, so I gotta get in front of the camera. Sorry. And I'm going to tear a little tiny piece of it off because I don't use tape on my build plates anymore. I used to, but now I don't. I just don't like it. Not my thing. All right, so now we got that out of the way. I'm going to be the most successful person in the world. Or is it the most successful man? Or the most interesting man? Got to strive to do something, right? There we go. All right. So we got to... Well, this is a good opportunity to sort these wires out. Because apparently at some point in the past, they got tangled up. Meaning I may have looped when I should have not looped. Sorry, I'm breathing in the... Oh my God, really? Yeah, I did that. I did. I forgot to grab my Phillips screwdriver bit. Ooh, speaking of Phillips screwdrivers, I gotta find that. There's a screwdriver, I think, that came with a CR10. Let's see if I can grab it. Because then I won't have to do what I'm getting ready to do. There is, and it is a, not Phillips. Wonder if it's one of those Heidi screwdrivers. Let's find out. This is the one that came with a CR10S. Oh, there's definitely, no, that's definitely not one of those. That is not one of those at all. Do I have a small Phillips? Nope. All right. So we're going to use the Phillips bit on the screwdriver. And we are going to tighten this screw. Make sure the cartridges are all the way in. Because if they're not, bad things happen. Okay. It doesn't take a whole lot of pressure to get those to stay in anyway. Yeah. Yep, we're doing this. We are absolutely doing this. I don't know why, but I am. You can do this a couple different ways. You can hold them both like this. I mean, I don't think it really matters. I kind of need it to be stable. So I'm going to thread this on a couple of turns just to give it some stability while it's heating up. Oh man. This is not going well. Pressure is a good thing sometimes. All right, so I have to do this the other way, which is put this in first, and then bring the nozzle to the heat break PTFE thingy, and then you get the thread started on it. I don't like it. I hate having to do it that way, but sometimes I just cannot get these lined up just right, so I have to do it that way. And it's going to be a really long recorded video. People are going to have to skip ahead to get to the good bits. Okay, so what I'm doing here, so you can see, is I'm trying to loosely put these in just enough so they'll stay out of the way, but not too much, because if I do it too much, then I'm going to have problems. Now, one of two things is going to happen right now. When I turn this on, it's either going to work or it's not going to work. Because somewhere, the way this works, if it makes contact with the wrong spot of metal, it freaks out. And I'm trying not to touch anything. So let's find out if we can turn it on. Because if we can turn it on, and it's not going to work. Okay. So something is touching. Oh, this is doing it again. That's why. I wonder if I can. You know what? I bet you I can. I'm getting a little piece of tape, and I'm going to tape this to the support rod up here. And hopefully that'll keep this connection I don't know if it's the fan motor wire or if it's the metal touching metal. I've never actually figured it out, but for whatever reason, something, like, I don't know if it's something that touches or something that doesn't touch or what it is, but it causes the system to not want to load. Very much like it's doing right now still. So it may end up having to do what I was saying before. Alright, we'll try this. We're going to push this up in. Let's try it this way. Still no joy, huh? Alright. So let's bring this down to here and see if that's going to fix it. You know, it seems silly, but it might. No. So something is definitely not happy right now. What is the matter? I've got you guys separated, right? Yeah. Alright, let's try again. One of these days I'm going to have to rerun these wires so I can figure out exactly what's causing this. I swear, it's almost like it requires a certain, like, errant voltage in the system for it to work, but which doesn't make any sense to me either, because there's, like, this whole nozzle, the only way it's going to ground is if it's through a wire. So I don't know, because it can't reach the chassis is what I was getting at, because these support rods that, you know, the X and Y movements, they're all mounted on plastic. So the likelihood of a ground occurring there is unlikely. But I'm not an expert, so I don't even play one on TV. Alright, so something is going on here. I wonder if there is a break in one of these wires. This is a new fan that I had put on a while ago. And it's possible that I have a small break in the wire. Or it's also possible that I have to completely reassemble this thing to get it to work. No. Oh. Let's see. I could try putting this back on for right now. Rather not, because it's one more thing I'm going to have to put back together again. But I can at least try it. Problem is I got to get this thing hot. If I get it hot and I'm not... Alright. We have things that are metal, touching metal, that are screwed in somewhat. So let's try this one more time. Okay. I think I'm going to need to do this with a heat gun. Unless I can magically figure out what's causing this thing to short out. What? I mean, it's the only thing I can think of is that fan. So let me check that one more time. Because I honestly can't think of anything else that could be causing this. Is there a bare spot in here somewhere? I do not see one. What is that? Nope. Alright, maybe if I just kind of get it up there and tape it down, try that. Pull this back. Tape it down. Alright, it's all taped down now. You are sort of out of the way, but not really. Yeah, there's a little bit too much risk of direct heat there. Okay, so we'll tape that. Why not? We'll tape everything. We'll tape you right to the supports here. Or to a wire, or really to anything. Anything would be okay, I think. Wow, this is a lot more complicated than I thought it was going to be. Kind of thought this was going to be an easy day today. All right, let's try it again. Oh, I was like, what the heck just happened? I bumped into something. Yeah. There we go. We'll take that off. No. Yeah, I don't think this is going to work out so well tonight. So, Matt, I appreciate the words of encouragement, but I think that, alas, I'm going to probably just have to sign off, because the easiest way to do this is to just get a heat gun and heat it up, clean the plastic out, and probably scratch it out a little bit Not like with anything overly aggressively abrasive. But so yeah, anyway, I really do appreciate you guys taking the time to hang out and, you know, watch me fail epically on a couple of things. But you know, that's the way of the world, right? So yeah, I will definitely keep you guys updated on the status of the Jenny and the FT5. At this point, I think it's a couple of fairly straightforward fixes. Right now, if I had a spare, you know, set of Olsen bits, I would be up and running already, because that was a really, really quick fix. Meaning like, you know, 15 to 20 minute fix that I managed to drag out for like an hour because I don't have the equipment. I think that the heat gun is one of the only things that I have. Oh, you know, I do have a source of heat that I could have been using. I have a soldering iron. What do you think? Do we want to try the soldering iron? I've never seen anybody do it. So it could be worthwhile trying. I have to find a way not to catch anything on fire, but I'm really thinking I'm going to try that. Okay, so I'm not giving up just yet. I was going to. And everybody can blame Matt. They can say, Matt, what were you thinking? Why did you give him encouragement? I'm just going to blame you. So it's your fault. That's why I'm doing this. Yeah, I have never seen anybody do something like this with a soldering iron. And it makes sense. I mean, it's a heated element, right? And I have one. I don't have a torch. And besides, torches leave burn marks and scorches, which means more cleanup and more hassle later. So that's why I don't do that. But I need some filament. Filament. Where did I put that white filament? Oh, was it white or orange? Well, I have white. I have orange. I mean, what did I do with that white filament? I had a piece that I flung it somewhere. Oh, I see it. Here we go. Okay, so we've got filament, soldering iron, which we will unbox. This is my El Cheapo that I got on Amazon. Because you know me, I like to shop on Amazon. It's got a nice fine tip on it, so this should work pretty well for what I want to do. I don't need any solder, flux. I don't need any other tips or anything. I'm not going to be making a big mess with it. Let them. Uh-oh. What did I miss, Matt? You said let them. I don't know what I said. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. I'm going to Dr. Frankenstein this sucker. No, I'm just kidding. It's not really Dr. Frankenstein, but still. It sounds way cooler. Okay. What do I need? I need something else. I don't know. Maybe I should get one of those. You think? Oh, this cable is much heavier. Do I have enough room? Let's see if I can get it to stick there for a second. Will you stay there for me, sir? Thank you. Get a pair of pliers so I don't burn myself, because I know I will. Aha! Pliers. And I need a screwdriver, which I just happen to have right here. And since this is the original #1 extruder, Matt, I'm still confused on what you meant by let them. And something to insulate with, maybe? I don't have any metal. Meh. Let's move the computer. Nah, we'll keep the computer there. Okay. We're going to do this. We are going to do this. Yes, 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 we are. And if this works, I'm going to have a new trick for cleaning stuff. Oh, look at that. There is a space in that. Oh, no, that's where the... I'm going to be interested to see what this thing looks like when it's done and over with. Okay, come on over here. Yes, bring you over. Okay, so we have our piece. Let them complain. Okay, I got you now. Have you ever heard of anybody using a soldering iron to heat up a hot end? Because if you have, I'd love to hear it. Because I'm thinking what's cool is that this has got the two holes in the back. One of them is obviously for the heater, and the other one's for the thermistor. Well, one of them is just kind of close to the right size to kind of really start heating this thing up. But what I may do is try to put it up against the threads. Just hold it there and try to get enough heat from the soldering iron to do this. So I'm going to put this in the pliers like this, and I'm going to bring the soldering iron over, and I'm taking the extension cable off because, oh yeah, that's nice and warm. Let's see if we can do this in a way that's not going to be too awfully dangerous. I know the only thing is that this has got a really, really focused like point of heat, so I don't know how well this is going to work. Hello, Rover, good sir. How are you? I'm doing something silly. I'm trying to see if I can break free this filament that's in my Olsen block using a soldering iron, because I mean, why not? It's a hot piece of metal sitting on another hot piece of metal. Just trying to get enough surface area to see if I can make this work. Let's see. It's probably not going to work well, but it may work. The lip. No, I was smelling it, so I could smell to see if it got up to temperature or not. Because right now I've got this thing set minimum temperature, so I'm going to crank that up. I'll turn it up to 325, 300. I'll put it at 300. We'll see if we can get enough heat off this thing. Oh yeah, there's enough heat there. I wish I could hold this thing up properly. I apologize if this takes a while, but I'll try to get you closer so you can watch me doing this, because I'm sure it's going to be horribly interesting. All right, well, while you're doing that, let's see, what can I find that I can use? Can I get this to stay in there? If I can get this right there. Curious. Funny. Oh, baby, look at that. Look at that. Oh, that is nice. That's getting nice and skishy. Nice and skishy. All right, so let's see if we can't do this. I'm going to try and do a cold pull in just a second. Oh, look at all that yummy filament that I just pulled out of there. Oh, and it's coming out the bottom too. Oh man, dude, that is awesome. Okay, nobody tell anybody we did this. This is our new trick. If you were lucky enough to watch tonight and you're lucky enough to watch the reruns, well, guess what? We just found a way to clean out an Olsen block without heating up the cartridge. All right, so this thing is going to be stupid hot at this point. So I'm going to try and pick it up. And, oh, okay, so there's just a little bit of residual left in there. And I'm trying really hard not to drop this on myself. Because if I drop this in my lap, that would suck. It would suck so bad. All right, so I'm losing too much heat. So I got to heat this back up a little bit more. So, yeah. Woohoo! Yeah, let's not do that. Yeah, let's not do that again, please. All right, so I'm going to try and hold this screw this time. Just to, oops, got to get away from the filament. Oh, come on. I'm going to just kind of rest it here for a minute. Yeah, I can imagine. I did not honestly think this was going to work. I'll be honest. Thought I was just being stupid again. But apparently this is a sufficient and easy enough way to do this. All right, so I gotta, this is really difficult. I could use an extra set of hands here because I'm trying to clean this last bit of filament out of here. So there's just a little bit left on the threads. So, but let's take a look. That is almost clean. I mean, I could just kind of, I hate doing this. I'm so not loving this idea, but let's see if we can, we're going to cook it out. Just see if we can get it out. Why, yes, sir, I do believe we done did it. That's pretty right there. Okay, so that is now a functional message retracted. Matt, what did you write? I don't think I've ever seen you do a message retracted before. All right. We're using bad words. Yeah, so I told you if I sat long enough, I'd come up with a solution. Well, I came up with a solution that I don't know that I want to admit to, but I did come up with a solution. Oh crud! I can't reach that. Hold on, I gotta grab something. I don't want to let this cool down yet because I'm gonna definitely do the other one now that I know this works. So, but I need to find I gotta secure the, oops, got it in there. I don't want it in there. All right, let's lay this here. And it's trying to, okay, stay, would you? All right, how hot? How hot? So hot. It's hot. Oh yeah, it's hot. Woo, it's still hot. Oh, bad spelling? Man, you don't gotta delete things just because it's bad spelling. Okay. Screwdriver. Since I can't put that one back in, and I really don't want to just sit here and leave this iron running all night, I've already marked and labeled those. So, this one's a little bit trickier. But you know what? This one might actually be more entertaining to watch because it's actually got a nozzle on it. And when you have a nozzle on things, it makes for a better show. So, hold on a second. Let me clean the filament. All right. Wonder if there's an easier way to do that. Probably. But we're going to do it the hard way because that's what we do, right? All right. So if this goes the way I think it's going to go, it ought to be interesting. See how quickly it heats up. I am so happy that that worked. See how well gravity works. Now, the thing I got to be careful with is that if I get this too hot, it's going to harden the PLA to the point where I'm going to ruin the nozzle. So I'm trying to do this slowly. Because I really don't want to ruin my stuff. Nope, not quite there yet. Almost though. Oh, you can't see because I got this here, huh? Yeah, sorry about that. I don't have a good way to get it back in focus at the moment. I can just put it up against the threads. Take a little while the first time I did it. Don't fall off. I need you to heat up. Ooh, boy, that's gotten nice and warm. All right, let's take that off for a second. I'm going to be doing some wood burning in 2 seconds. All right, would you just stay put, would you? All right. See if this... almost. Not quite. So, how you doing? Well, that's one way to do it. Wonder if it'll stay there like that. Oh my God, really? Come on. Ah, great, now it's curling up in my way. I don't need that. Come on. Okay, I think I'm probably going to have to take the end off because it does not look like I'm getting enough breathing. It's starting to extrude, which is good, but I need another tool. I had a pair of pliers at one point, but I have since not remembered where I put them because it's like everything else in here. I have to lose it at least once before I remember to put it away. So we'll take this one out. It's always one more thing. One more thing. Let's see if we can... Oh, of course, I got the wrong one. Thought I grabbed the right one, but I did not. Oh, man. I just cannot win. Stabbed myself in the hand. Oh, come on. Urgh. Come here. Where'd you go? That's all I need is to burn a hole in the carpet. Oh, look. It found other filament friends. Come on. Get on there. Oh, this is going to be a rough night. All right, there we go. No, we don't want you spinning. Oh, it's going to be one of those nights, I'm telling you. All right, we're going to hold it this way. And we're going to do it like this. Wow, that is on there tight. Phew. Okay, I gotta rethink that one. What do I have that I can use to loosen that? Heat. I have lots of heat. Let's use the heat. Okay. I'm gonna let this sit there for a second, and then I'm gonna look for a wrench. I thought, I do have one. It's right here. Well, not a wrench, but a pair of pliers. Okay. That should be probably sufficient. So we're going to hang you right there. And we're going to grab this right here. Oh, yeah, there we go. See, the nozzle I can clean out later. That I'm not worried about. It's the rest of this that's a pain. Ah, that is a good, strong pull, if I do say so myself. Oh, boy. Yeah, this nozzle may be out to pasture. But we're not going to give up yet. We're going to put this back in. I'm going to let it heat up. And I'm going to keep just a little bit of pressure on this string of filament that's hanging out the back. That was what was in the nozzle. There's quite a nasty little thing going on in there, so I may actually have to use the drill to assist. Well, that came right out. That's unfortunate. Oh, well, maybe not. Maybe not. All might not be lost yet. If I can get the soldering iron to stay put, that would be nice. Because then I can get in there with this. Oh, no, that's not good. It may... Ooh, that's nice and hot. That should be ample hot. I think I got it too hot. All right, so we may have fouled our block, as I was afraid I might do. But it's not too late yet. I still have one other recourse. I can ream a slightly smaller diameter drill bit, and then I might be able to get the rest of the plastic out. But it is not going to be a pretty process. This is not advisable. Not even a little. But there is some very old filament that has become lodged in here. And it has crystallized. So, I really hope they don't have a smoke detector in here. Because if they do, I'm going to be in a heap of hoodoo. So yeah, this one I think I could probably work on it a little bit more. But it is definitely I think I've got most of it out. It's hard to tell because I believe, yeah, that's supposed to be clean, and that is definitely not clean. Oh, what a shame. See if I've got a drill bit just the right size for this. I may have some sandpaper I can run through this. It's fairly fine. Yeah, this thing is a mess. This is where having some of that cleaning filament would come in real handy. But, as you can see through it now. It did have filaments stuck in there. I don't think that I'm going to be able to use this one anymore unless I clean it out a lot more than it already is. I think I dodged a bullet with this one because I think this one is going to be just good enough There's definitely still some filament in there, but I don't think it's going to affect the performance at this point. So I'm going to take the nozzle and I'm going to put it back on. You should always put the nozzle in when it's hot too, by the way. But I'm a rebel. No, I'm just kidding. I'm actually going to do that. Since I have a soldering iron here that's capable of getting to a temperature suitable, I may as well do it. I'm going to try and do it without scratching it too bad. Oh, there's still a little bit of filament left in that. Well, I suppose that's a different way to clean the filament out. Probably not the desired way to do it. But it worked, so. How hot is that? Still too hot to handle? Nope. I'm heating up the block so I can tighten the nozzle. All right, let's try that. Well, alrighty, I loosened it up again just because I want to make sure that I'm able to do this, because I'm going to want to tighten it when I actually heat it up to the correct temperature. So, let's see, how hot is that? Yeah, it feels pretty good. I can put this back together now, I guess. Whew. If anybody's still watching. If not, then I will just continue to talk to myself. But I do have to unplug this extremely dangerous soldering iron before I burn myself. Because, oh, wow, I had that thing cranked up to like 400. I think that was completely unnecessary. Oops. I don't know how that happened. I must have bumped it. All right, we're going to go use the Folgertech FT5 workbench. So we can put this on it. That way it can sit there and cool down for a while. And I'm going to move this here so you can see. All right. We're going to try and get an equal opportunity view here because I got to share. Because I need to get this back together. So number one, well, this is what we're going to use for number one. We'll put that in here. All right. There's one. And this one's two. I'm really kind of bummed. I may be able to revive this second nozzle, but I don't know. It's going to be glitchy, and it's certainly going to come up. There's definitely going to be some crap coming out of the end of that thing. So, but perhaps. Oh, hello again, Rover. Glad you're still there. I need somebody to test the subscribe button. I want to see if it actually does anything. Let's see. Or if it's just on the admin side, is what I was saying. You know what? Actually, I'm going to use the other one because this one's much prettier. All right. So that one's on. This one will be. Oops, too much. Did I get it? Oh, nope, not yet. Wow, this is such a miserable angle. So, my apologies. You're going to have to see my elbow for a second because, oops, or not. Apparently it did not want to stay on there. All right, come here. Let go of the screw. Thank you. All right, let's try this again. Wow, you are being difficult. Why are you being so difficult? You'd think if you thread like one bolt in your life, they'd all thread the same. Apparently that is not the case. Oh man, this thing is just gonna not pay attention or not cooperate with me tonight. Why are you not cooperating? Oh man. I assure you, it is just as frustrating in person as it is to watch. don't know if this thing's cross-threaded or if it's just not wanting to engage or what exactly is going on here. I think I got it. Oh, yep, I think I did. Okay, I got it that time. Whew. That was rough. I'm going to take this Phillips off and I'm going to put the Allen on, or the Torx, because it's not really an Allen wrench. And then I'm going to line these screws up like this. And then begins the arduous task of tightening these, which can take a little while. This is something you can do with the Olsen block connected and assembled, but I like to get them good and engaged before I tighten them down later. And besides, once you engage enough threads, it gets a lot easier. But putting that top plate on, well, actually it doesn't really affect anything. I mean, I could put the top plate on now if I really wanted to, I guess. But I'm mostly interested in putting my hand through the side of the 3D printer. Because, you know, it should have an opening so I could get both hands in a good angle. And these little white, whatever you call these things on the Olsen block, the white things, those are exceptionally slippery, which I guess is kind of the point, but it makes it very difficult to turn them by hand. Alright, so that one's tight. And these, I don't believe it matters if this part is cold or hot. I've done it both ways. I certainly would definitely recommend giving it like one little hard over once it's heated up, just to make sure. Because you really don't want to encourage any filament to try and come out of the threads. But and ironically, the hardest part of this whole thing is going to be getting the Capricorn tubing in here. Because if I don't seat it the right way the first time, it's really not going to matter all the work that I just did. So that is going to be the next challenge. So hopefully we do it correctly. Otherwise, I'll be redoing a lot of stuff. All right, so I need some more wire. So I'm going to bring everybody to the party. Everybody that I've taped up and gotten out of my way can now come back to where I am. Oh boy, that's going to be a mess. Ooh, that's probably not the best idea I ever came up with. Speaking of best ideas I've never come up with, I got to get a paper towel. I got to lube these rails because I have not done that yet. Well, I have, not with this grease that I'm using now, Super Lube. But I can do that after I get all this back together. Spring 1, spring 2, and the plate. Ugh. This is always the most fun part, because if you pull the plate the wrong way, the springs go pew! They go flying off somewhere. Because really, these springs are supposed to keep the nozzle at its extension once everything's assembled. So it's got quite a bit of pressure on it. Like, not massive amounts, not like, you know, car springs, but okay, so there you go. It's back together again. Now we just got to put this part back together again. Ironically, this is the easy part. And sometimes if these screws are too close to the fan, when this thing's running, it can be so annoying because it creates like this buzzing noise. It's awful. So I highly recommend that you get the make sure that this plate is not overly close to the fans. Otherwise you'll have to live with the noise that I have to live with periodically. And trust me when I say it's really annoying. Oh, bother. So, is this at all interesting what I'm doing, or is this just kind of something to watch? I'm legitimately asking. It's actually it's a sincere question. Just remember, I'm not an expert. Far from it. Matt, is this that stream that I missed because I was a bad friend and I wasn't paying attention? Is that what you're talking about? Oh, I gotta get you out of the way. Okay, so this can sometimes be the very hardest part of all, because you want to get things lined up just so, without getting too crazy. That was a different sort of noise. Oh, you know what? I forgot the tape was still on there. I should probably pull that off so this poor thing can breathe. Alright, and never tighten these completely when you first do this. You want to make sure that your wires are all where they're supposed to be. Meaning in the big slot in the back. And once you're sure of that, then you can tighten everything down. See, as you can see, I have a wire that was causing my issues. So I don't know if you can see that from there, but the wire did come disconnected finally. And I think that's what's been causing my, my intermittent non-working issues. So I'm going to do a field repair on this right now. Oh, almost messed up. Almost messed up. I don't have, what do I not have? I need a piece of shrink tubing. Okay, that's definitely good to know. I don't think this is quite that loud, but it is pretty loud. Yeah, I guess I could use that. You know what? Ooh, I do have a fancy pair of those needle nose. Look at that. Oh, I didn't know I had these. That's awesome. I got the wire strippers and shrink tubing. I need the shrink tubing because I'm going to have to, once I splice this, I'm going to need to put this on later. So, yeah. And of course, 3D printing stuff. All right. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this wire. I'm going to try to straighten it out just a little bit so I can get this on top of it. All right. So that's on. And then I'm going to take these two wires and at some point I will tin them back together. Well, I will tin them because I don't think I did actually. I don't think I had a soldering iron at the time. But for right now, just so we can see if this thing powers up, I'm going to twist them together. And then I'm going to lay it down. I'm going to pull the shrink tubing over it, just so it has a little extra stability. And so it's covered because you really don't want to leave naked wires on a 3D printer exposed. Okay, so that is sufficient. That will hold it together for now. Let's make sure we clean up the mess. Close the soldering iron kit. Okay, we have something. Ugh, this is gonna bother me now. I'm gonna tuck this in to the wire wrap, and then I'm gonna go get a zip tie because this is absolutely atrocious looking. All right, I need a zip tie. Zip ties, zip ties, zip ties. I just got a whole bunch of these things too, so I gotta figure out where I put them. Where did I put them? Not there. I really dislike when I get a whole bunch of useful things and then I forget where I put them. Let's see. Are they in the tool bag? Probably, maybe. Or not. Tell me what I'm going to need PEX tubing fitting for. Ah, there they are. Little black ones. That's what I want. All right. I'm going to work on that launch platform here soon, too. All right, so what's the bet? Is this going to work or not? There's 2 zip ties. Place your bets now. I'm going to move this back because I need enough room to do what I'm doing here. I'm going to put these zip ties around the that wire mold stuff, the stuff like on the FT5 that you can, you know, pull wire through. The cable management stuff. All right, so that may just need 1. Yeah, I'm gonna put 2 on because it's been like this for a year and I haven't done this yet. Maybe it'll look cleaner and maybe Jenny will be happier for it. Should work. Okay, I'm good with that. Well, we did find out that there was a a loose wire, which was causing an intermittent signal, which was interrupting the Jenny's startup procedures. Ah, crap. I did have some black filament. Oops. I thought I was all out. Apparently I didn't look hard enough. Okay. Uh-oh. She's not happy still. I might have tugged on a different wire and didn't realize it. Oh, man, this is such a bother sometimes. Oh, I didn't even tighten that one down all the way. Oops. No, actually, I didn't tighten any of them down, it looks like. I guess I just kept them. I thought I had tightened them after I said not to tighten them. Aha! Really? That's all it took, was tightening it. Okay. She be temperamental, all right. That's my Jenny. Never leave a razor knife open on your bench. Oh, that's bright. Tools. Okay, so sequence. We've got to go to maintenance, which you can't see. And I'm going to go to advanced. And I'm going to go to heat up first nozzle. And I have to do this the hard way because this thing does not have a fast increment. It turns up as fast as you crank it. So I'm heating this up to 193 degrees centigrade. And then I'm going to tighten the this right here. So that one. And then I'll tighten that one later. But this one first, and then this one, and then I got to put the Capricorn in. Are you working? Aha, you are working. Excellent. I had to make sure the fan was actually turned on. Okay, so we're at 149.50, and we should actually be able to start tightening this now. So we're going to tighten this one first. Okay, that's tight enough. Then we're going to come down here, and we're going to tighten this. Oh, yeah, see how much better that tightens? Man, when this thing is heated up, it is no joke. All right, so we're just going to give it a nice little twist. All right, she be twisted in. Don't put this up against anything plastic because it'll melt it. All right, so now we can turn the power off. Actually, no, we should not turn the power off just yet. Let's let the nozzle stay hot. And find the busted. Okay, so this is the broken one. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the Capricorn right here and the cutter. And I'm going to follow this. So I'm going to measure it out to the same length that this was. And then I'm going to add about that much, well, maybe about this much extra. Because I have cut that one before. And then we're going to go snip. I gotta tell you, that works really well. Now the hard part, because you can't see this, but what I'm gonna try and do is pull this as straight as I can. So I'm gonna try and warm it up just a little bit with my hand. And just kind of pull that curl out of it. All right, so you see how much straighter it is now? So sometimes it takes a few tries to do that, to get it to go nice, but once it does, it's good. Oh, this is going to be fun. Come on, Capricorn. Oh, there we go. All right. Sorry if I'm blocking this, but I have to be able to see. I got to get this as far down in as I can. And it is not lined up just right yet. So I need to find something to nudge it with. Oh, and you know what? We have just the tool for that. We had it out earlier. And now I can actually use it. That would be the CR10S cheap as hell screwdriver. Right here. It's nice because I can fit that right in there. Well, in theory, I could fit that right in there. Maybe practice isn't so accurate. Ah, there we go. All right. All right, now we can turn this off. It should be seated. I can't guarantee that it is, but it should be. And then we're going to plug it into the back here. All right. And that is that. So I don't really have any filament that I want to put in there just now because I've still got to do the maintenance. I don't really think the maintenance is all that interesting unless you want to watch that. If you do, I got to go get a paper towel because I got to do that the hard way. Which isn't so bad. So if you lose my signal, it's because I had to go into another room to get the filament. Or to get, the filament. To get my paper towels. In the kitchen. Okay, so towel. I'm trying to look for it and it's over here. Slide. Food grade. So take the towel and hold it behind the bar. So when you spray, you don't spray everything. And then you just kind of coat this, slide this over, and then coat this. Then it feels nice and pretty. The back one's a little bit harder, but same concept. Lead screw. It's always good to do that because I have lots of stuff that goes on it. I'm not so worried about the back because, honestly, if it hits the back plate, I'm not really too bothered by that. All right, I'm a dirty. There's some dirtiness there. Yeah, oh, I agree. Getting the maintenance done is always the best idea. Hard to reach places. Honestly, the best way, just spray your towel. I mean, really? I mean, it's not really worth getting grease all over the inside of your machine just because you don't want to get all up in it. So, definitely try to avoid that whenever possible. It doesn't really matter if you get it a little bit on the belts. It's not going to hurt them. I mean, if they're tensioned right anyway. I mean, they might slip. You never know. But again, I'm not an expert, so please do not do what I do just because of that. I will tell you what I'm doing, and if you think it looks like it's working, you may do whatever. and the other thing you got to remember on this machine is that it is different. It's kind of similar to a Core XY machine, but it's not. Or is it? Kind of. Yeah, kinda. Oh, man, this freaking towel is black. Apparently I needed to do this sooner than I am doing it now. I think it might be a previous lubricant I used too. I think I used Rem oil last time when I did this, or brake free, something like that. It's a gun lubricant. I figured if it's good enough for the guns, it may as well be good enough for my printer. But it also has the added bonus of making things really dirty. All right, so I think we got as much as we're gonna get on that. Right? Well, I mean, it's true. I mean, I guess that's what makes 3D printing interesting, is that, well, there's really many ways to do 3D printing. Just like there's many ways to do the maintenance. I mean, once you get down to the calibration side of things, I guess there's less things that you can do differently, but because, I mean, a bed is level or it's not. So how you get to that point, I suppose, is kind of irrelevant, but the end result is the same. Okay, so orange filament or black filament? What do I want to print in that thing? I don't know. I'll just put some orange in there. Maybe we'll do another Charmander or something. Although I got green filament. I can't print anything tonight anyway because, again, I don't have a profile for this for Simplify 3D. So I really don't have a model that I can print right now. So I suppose it's kind of pointless doing this, but I can at least get the filament loaded, which I do not really care for the method in which they change the rolls on this thing. There is a spool change option on this printer. Oh, there's a piece of filament stuck in here. And it does work, so don't get me wrong, but every time you do it, it's got to heat up, and then it's got to back it out. And then once it's done with that, you have to define what filament you have in there, which again is fine, but I'm running 1.75 millimeter filament, so I'm not going to change that. So I may as well just heat it up and pull it out. Sorry, I was checking to see if there was any new comments. I'm going to pull this here. I'm going to have a big old mess to clean up. We're going to go to maintenance again, advanced. We're going to heat up first nozzle again. And we're going to heat it up to 195 degrees this time. Oh, that's orange filament though. I don't know. Let's see. What's your temperature rating there, Mr. Zero? Yeah, 190 to 210. 190 should be ample just to feed the filament in. Olsen block is pretty close to accurate, I've discovered. If anything, it gets a little hotter than Bowden or Direct. Again, that's just my opinion, but it always seems that the Olsen block just seems to get a little bit hotter than the other ones. I don't know, maybe it's easier, maybe it just maintains the temperature a little better. But either way, that's my opinion. And if you appreciate what I do on my channel, please feel free to donate, support, subscribe, and all that happiness. You can ring my bell if you so desire, if you haven't already, which I'm pretty sure that everybody that's here has already subscribed, so which is too bad, because really love it if somebody new would subscribe so I could see the little announcement thing go off without me doing it. Okay, here we go. Ready? We're gonna push some filament through. So let's see if this works. Filament is going down into the nozzle. And if I did this wrong, I'm gonna find out. Ooh, look at the smoke come out of that thing. Yeah, you probably can't see that because it's got a white background. There we go. Look at all that crud coming out of there. Isn't that pretty? You can go in and see if we can advance it. I don't know where this thing's going. I said raise build plate. Oh, thank God it stopped. That was making me a little bit nervous. But that was probably the quietest I've ever heard that thing go up, though, so I guess that grease worked really well. Alright, so we're going to let that sit for just another couple of seconds before we start doing something else. Move material. Yes. Oh, look at that. That is a pretty decent looking stream. Hi, George, I think we've done it. Hey, snake. Okay, snake, stop that, snake. Forwarding material? Why are you forwarding material? You are such a bizarre machine. It thought I had removed the filament, and I was putting new one in. So now, I'm hoping it didn't just bunch everything up. Oh, there it goes. Oh, this thing does some weird stuff sometimes. Come on. Let's make a big old spaghetti noodle. Ta-da! Look at that beautiful noodle. Isn't that great? Can you see the noodle? Ah, you can see the noodle. That big orange thing that's coming down right there. That is the noodle. The noodle of greatness. Okay. I have a predefined setting in here, since this machine does not accept temperatures from Cura for some reason. That is a good extrusion right there. That is real nice. I mean, that's a good solid extrusion. I mean, I just broke it, but 0.4 millimeter nozzle. Okay, I think we're done. The only thing I have left to do is level the bed. And that's pretty much it. And I probably don't even have to level the bed, because this thing I've never really had to level once I got it done. So, but we've got the new. Oh, yeah, that's right. Now that it's on there, I'm gonna do this. first I'm going to pick up the Capricorn off the floor. I didn't realize I forgot to pick it back up. Nice. Let's get it all dirty. Apparently dirt likes to stick to it. So that's something to keep in mind. Okay. Capricorn is in the bag. Now, what do I want to do? Where is it? There it is. Okay. The sticker is going on the printer. Because this has Capricorn on it. Come on, sticker. I need to have some fingernails. All right. I'm going to put that right there. I don't know if it's centered, but you know what? That's the prettiest that Jenny has ever looked, other than the sticker being slightly crooked. So, this is the last thing you're going to see tonight, because I am getting out of here. I've been here plenty long enough, and I have talked your ear off plenty long enough. So, so thank you, all of you, for watching this very strange, I don't know what you want to call this today, hangout / working on stuff / whatever. But until next time, as always, keep innovating and creating and making new stuff and never giving up on your dream and what makes you you. You know, so reach for what you're passionate about. You know, if you need to work hard to find what you want to do. So anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for contributing. And like I said, if you want to, you can subscribe and you can like or not like videos that I do. It doesn't really matter. You can watch videos that I've done before and ring the bell. And you could even contribute by following the links in the description of this video. So until next time, I appreciate your time, and any help and donations are greatly accepted. So until next time, I'm Clyde, PT3D, and I will catch you guys next time.